Hello and welcome, my connoisseurs of movies, TV shows, and literature. Are you ready to shake things up? You may call me Luke Garou. And for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. You are here to feast on my opinions of all things movie, TV, and book. Now, if you have seen my channel before, you know I am not a fan of things that cause wedges in society. Be it color of meat suit, country of origin, political affiliation, or in the case of this video, religion. Remember, it's all in the name of faith. We're going to be looking at Pilgrimage, the 2017 film. Technically, it stars little Spider-Man Peter Holland. Though I got it and watched it purely for my Choco Vine flavor, Richard Armitage. He plays a fellow named Ramon de Marville. Now, Ramon is French from English-occupied France because he is loyal to King John. Yes, the very same King John that took over for King Richard after the 1190s. The one, his character, Sir Guy of Gisborne, was trying to get on the throne. Think about that. It's kind of fun. Well, Ramon and his father, the Baron, were dispatched by John to deal with the Celts of Ireland. And I can hear it. What does that have to do with religion? Well, Daddy de Marville wanted to focus not on his mission for the king, but pleasing the Pope. Now, at the time, according to Ramon himself, King John and the Pope were arguing and fighting over something. So, for his father to prioritize Rome over the king made Ramon very unhappy. And why follow? There we go. I'm going to say, why follow you not doing what you're supposed to do? Well, because Daddy de Marville was prioritizing the Pope and salvation and the afterlife over his duties to his king and country, he tasked Ramon to protect little Peter Holland's band of monks as they carry a holy relic from their little monastery to the coast, and then from the coast to Rome. Now, Ramon is not stupid. He realizes that if he got his hands on that, and I'm going to say it, that rock, he could do so much to further his aims. He didn't care about its religious significance. He just knew that whoever controlled that rock controlled the Christians. Pardon. So he had a very, very simple plan. Steal the rock, give it to King John, let King John use it, and then send it to Rome once Rome kissed John's butt, just to get it back. Simple plan. Now, the supposed leader of little novice Holland's group of monks was a very, very, very blind man. And I don't mean he couldn't see. His vision was just fine. He could see the world just fine. He was blind in the mind. Gerardus is one of those religious fanatics who uses their religion to justify everything they do. The I'm a good Christian, so I'm going to screw you over type. Gerardus murdered his own father because his father did not believe the Catholic Church, the Roman Church, did not have the right to hunt down people and kill them just because they believed in the higher powers in a different way. All right, this is going to piss a lot of you off. Newsflash, no religion has the right to tell you to kill other people. I don't care what your books say. If your book is telling you to murder another human being because they're walking a different path than you, you're wasting your energy. You're not praying to the right people. Any religion that demands you fear it is a waste of your energy. Religion's sole purpose is to bring peace and comfort and solace in times of need. You can't get those if you are afraid. Now, going back to Gerardus, he literally said, I knew my father had not lost his faith in the church. He lost his fear of the church. Again, you shouldn't fear your religion. You're supposed to fear threats to your safety and your peace of mind. Your religion should not threaten your safety and your peace of mind. But Gerardus is also a coward because he's so quick to send others, specifically the mute here, played by Jon Bernthal. He was so quick to send the mute, this dude here, into battle. But when the threats got too close to him, Gerardus himself, he whined, he cried, he pleaded not to be harmed. And then he decided, because the little novice had the proper Christian spirit, he was going to pick on, bully, and berate the little novice. I'll get into that more. Now, throughout this entire movie, Gerardus kept asking, where's the relic? Where's the relic? What happened to the relic? Go fetch the relic. It literally sounded like Boromir and Aragorn in Lord of the Rings. Where's the ring? Find the ring. Give me the ring. Nothing good came from the ring of power. And with the way Gerardus was harassing Drummond, like the novice, little Tom, the boy, you would almost think he was jonesing for said rock. It's bad. Now, little Tom, he was raised his entire life in the monastery. Monastery. Okay, so Tom was sent on the quest, on this mission, so he could see the world. The abbot of the monastery didn't want him to commit if he didn't see the world. So, Kieran the most experienced of all the monks of his order that left, said, "That's fine, I will gladly bring it." Cathal and Rue also went with him. Now, Tom is such a good little human being that, spoilers, when the Celts attack their party and steal the pretty golden box that the relic was in, Gerardus, get the reliquary, get the box, get the relic. Forget that Chiron was captured and is bound there bleeding. Just get the box and come back. That's it. Now, that doesn't sit right with Tom. So he goes straight to Chiron. And Chiron lets him in on a little secret that I am going to expose because it is very important. The relic is not in the box. I threw it out onto the trail where last I saw you in pursuit. Now, had Tom blindly followed Gerardus, they would have had an empty box and a dead friend and no idea where the relic was. However, because Tom chose a human life over a rock, Gerardus was mad at him and said, "The devil has a hold on you, boy. If you disobey me one more time, he's going to claim you and I'm going to have to take you out." He's the only one this little one is the only one brave enough to lift and hold and handle the relic. Gerardus doesn't go near it. Cathal doesn't go near it. Rue doesn't go near it. Chiron picked it up and threw it. Tom picked it up and carried it. But Gerardus is supposed to be this great pious man working as a soldier of Christ. Yeah, he's not. He is the worst kind of bigot. Now, in this movie, you have Jon Bernthal's Mute. He is the biggest unknown because he washed up on the shores close to Tom's monastery. I hate the change of seasons. Don't get me wrong, I love the fall. I just don't like it when it transitions because the weather change causes my throat to dry out and I start coughing. But that explains why I'm coughing. Well, the Mute almost instantly becomes very, very protective of Tom, which has led to me theorizing. My theory, my opinion, is that the monk who was at the Crusades had lost Tom's mom in childbirth and gave Tom to the monastery so he could go to the Crusades. And he came back after running away to protect his son without telling him, "Hey, you're my kid." Because I've seen so much atrocity in the Holy Land that I'm taking a voluntary vow of silence, even though I'm not one of your monks. Because the only time you ever see this feller get riled up is when there's some sort of threat to little Tom. He is nowhere to be seen when they are in the Demerville camp. And Ramon confronts Tom. The mute almost apparates behind Ramon. And Ramon turns and says, "You were in the Holy Land. You were in the Crusades. My men aren't wrong. We know you. We just don't know everything." Now, because the mute is highly protective of Tom, you have to watch in the background every time Gerardus gets persnickety and threatens him. Because the mute pulls closer and gets a more ominous bearing about him. Because if Gerardus does anything to Tom, Gerardus is a dead man. It's kind of funny to watch that. So if you haven't seen it, look for it. If you have seen it and missed it, watch it again. Behind the background is just as important of context as the foreground. And if you know the foreground like the back of your paw, then pay attention to the background to see how everyone's interacting to the foreground. It's amazing how that works. Now, I am going to leave this for a moment because, again, like any religion or group of people, doesn't matter. Atheists believe there's something, not a God, but there is some sort of karma out there. Pagans have their higher power. Christians have God. Buddhists have Buddha. The Hindu have their religion, their God or gods. So we all believe that there's something bigger than ourselves. We just don't agree on what to call it. Now, if you've ever seen the movie The Shack, which is a big movie on faith and belief, God is represented by the very talented Octavia Spencer for 90% of the movie. And unfortunately, I wish I looked up the name of the gentleman who took her place for the hardest part of the dad's journey. And I say that because The Shack implies that the creator is fluid. It will appear as you need to see it. So if you need to see an all-powerful God, a man, well, there, you have I will show you an all-powerful man. If you want to see a kind, loving mother, well, here I am, kind, loving mother. That was Octavia Spencer. And she told the protagonist, that she is too busy creating and nurturing life to punish and hold grudges against the people they created. That they punish themselves on Earth so she really doesn't have to. She loves them too much to cause them pain. Because he even brought up Old Testament wrath, and she's like, no, I'm all about forgiveness. So, how are people justified in saying a divine power that believes in forgiveness of their creations will be happy if they cause pain and suffering in the name of that divine creature, creation, power, however you want to call it? I'm pretty sure they won't be happy. Which, again, change of topic, change of mood, but still all in the name of faith. If you read the last book of the Narnia book series, Last Battle, if I remember it, Aslan tells the children that Tash is his antithesis, and all the good done in Tash's name reflects on Aslan in a positive manner. Well, all the bad done in Aslan's name reflects well on Tash. So that would mean that there is a cosmic balance to the divine good and all things bad. Unless you believe that the divine is neutral and it's we humans that cause the energy of the world to fluctuate between positive and negative. But I can hear you. I really can hear you. What does that have to do with pilgrimage? Well, if you take the Aslan route, everything horrible Gerardus has done in the name of God reflects well on, for an argument's sake, Satan. That doesn't seem very Christ-like to me. Literally, the man who said the laws of Moses have been fulfilled and the new commandments are love God with all your might, mind, and heart, and love your neighbor as you love God. Don't ask me to remember the exact scripture. I can't, and I don't want to look it up. Because that book is... If you find comfort in it, good for you. More power to you. But I can't sit through it. Any part of it. So, since it says something in the Bible to that effect, why hurt people? Unless you're saying by hurting people, you want to hurt God. And that's okay. I'm sorry you feel that way. But, hey, it's all in the name of faith. Besides, the Bible has been used way, 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 way too much to hurt other people. And a very literal representation of that was in the movie Saved. The main character got pregnant out of wedlock because she was trying to have sex to get the gay out of her boyfriend. She ends up getting pregnant because she tried to sex the gay away. Because in her concussed hallucinating state, the pool man appeared as Jesus and said, you need to help him by having sex with him so he realizes that all he needs is a good woman. No. But Mandy Moore's character grabs her Bible after trying to perform an exorcism on the main character. And as she's walking away, Mandy throws the Bible at her back by screaming, I am filled with the love of God. The main character picks up the Bible and goes, this is not a weapon, you idiot. And she throws it at her feet and walks away. Because in that moment, she was the bigger person than Mandy. She turned the other cheek. She left. She got out of the fight. She didn't retaliate. She just, this isn't a weapon. And she threw it away. How many people have been hurt because somebody said, the Bible says you're not supposed to do that? Well, if you don't believe in the Bible and you believe in the Quran or the Torah, what it says in the Bible doesn't apply to you. So don't use your religious book to tell other people their religious books are wrong. You all have your path to walk. You cannot force another person to walk that path. You can invite them to join you. Sure. But if their faith, if their beliefs tell them they cannot walk that path, okay, fair enough. You're not hurting anybody. I'm not hurting you. Let's go our paths and have a good life. That's where the kindness is the key to understanding comes in, that I always say at the end of my movies. If you are kind, if you are compassionate, if you are understanding, if you are non-judgmental, any religion has its benefits. All religions have their benefit. Unless your religion is literally telling you to eat an unborn baby out of a pregnant woman's belly, then you need to be committed, because that is horrifying. And there's something massively wrong in your psyche. But again, we were talking about pilgrimage and the different views, because the monk, the mute, I don't want to keep calling him a monk, but he's the monk. The mute was like the closest thing to an atheist you'll ever find in this movie. Little Novice was the closest to a Christ-like being you will find. And Ramon is like any other manipulative noble. So, have you seen Pilgrimage? Will you see Pilgrimage? Like I said, these are my opinions. Feel free to disagree. So, kindness is the key to understanding. Be kind to me. Be kind to each other. Do not tear each other apart in the comments. That is the opposite of kind. If you want to explain why you think I'm wrong, calm, cool, collected, rational. I'll read. I might respond. Just no attacking each other. Find the like button and tend to whatever injuries it has received from overuse throughout the week. Rescue the subscribe buttons from zombies and ring the bell to get the zombies running to the bell as you make your escape the other way. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.